Y'all want my thoughts on the 2019 Grammy Awards? Let's go.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Bright here, the R&B Kid, and you're tuned into another episode of On the Bright Side. But if this is your first time on my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because on this channel I talk all things music and entertainment while keeping it real, but always trying to find the bright side of everything, alright? And after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell next to it so you can get the post notifications. So every time I post a new video, you're gonna see it. I know this video is hella late. I know, y'all. I'm sorry. I've been really busy these days, y'all. I've been really stressed, going through mad shit. Trying to go, get through grad school stuff. I've had mad assignments back to back. Obviously work is still in the mix. Trying to live my life and trying to have a life. And also, I didn't really tell y'all, but I got into an accident a few weeks ago. So I'm okay. But ever since the accident a few weeks ago, I've been struggling with just trying to figure out all types of shit, trying to get a new car, trying to figure out what to do with my car, like a lot of stuff. So I've been hella busy lately with that, school and work. So I hit y'all off with the h.e.r and Normani reaction videos because those are quick to do. And I just wanted to give those to y'all while I had some time last week. But I've been very busy, so it's been hard for me to find time to sit down and do this video. And on top of that, I actually did sit down and record it last week, but then all my footage got deleted for some reason. So I'm backing in to do it all over again. I'm gonna talk about the Grammy Awards. I hope y'all enjoy it. Let's get into it. All right, let's go. All right, y'all. So as always, fuck the Grammys. Fuck the Grammys, they're trash. But the reason why I always talk about the Grammys and the reason why I'm invested in them, even though I say fuck them, is because I feel like they are somewhat still an important part of music history. So that's why I like to always know what's going on with them every year, and that's why I'm always invested in them. But I say fuck the Grammys because, especially as of this past decade, as I always say, guys, there's been a lot of trash winners. There's been a lot of trash stuff that's happened with the Grammys. So fuck them for the most part. But they're still an important part of music history, just like the Oscars are an important part of film history. So they're still gonna be here regardless, so I'm gonna talk about them. But y'all, in terms of my general thoughts on the Grammys this year, I actually think for the most part, I actually did enjoy the show this year. I think compared to the previous years, I think it was a very memorable and actually enjoyable show when it came to the performances, the highlights, the actual award winners themselves. I think it was actually a very enjoyable show all around. Not too many complaints in general. I think the only thing I didn't like was what I feel like were trash tributes to black music. The tribute to Aretha Franklin and the tribute to Motown were both complete trash. Again, fuck the Grammys. But besides those things, I think it was actually a very well put together show. So let's talk about it. Let's get into the details, but I think overall I enjoyed it. Alright, so starting off, I'm gonna talk about Miss Alicia Keys. Miss Alicia Keys hosted the Grammys this year, and I think she did a great job. To anybody who didn't like her, I think you're bugging. If you want a comedy or action or whatever, go watch your favorite comedy movie, go watch your favorite TV show, or go watch an action film. Alicia Keys did a great job hosting, and if you want comedy or surprises and stunts, then it's not that deep. Go watch a movie. I think as an award show host, all you need to do is just have good energy and keep the show moving, and I think she did a good enough job doing that. I really did enjoy her presence at the show. I think she was a great host personally. Let me know what y'all think, but I think she did a great job. She first started out by doing a little bit as the intro was cool, and then she ended up bringing out Michelle Obama, Lady Gaga, J-Lo, and Jada Pinkett Smith out for a little bit about all of them, talking about what music means to them and what it means to all of us. It was really cool, a really powerful moment for female solidarity. It was just a great moment. And when Michelle Obama came out in that Staples Center, the whole crowd went off for 40 days and 40 nights. And I was here for it. When Michelle Obama came out there, I was like, Michelle! I was hyped in my chair. I was in my chair hype as hell. And the crowd wouldn't shut up for like 2 minutes. Michelle had to be like, let me talk, come on, let me talk. So when Michelle finally got to talking, she was talking about what music meant to her and what it means to all of us. It was a dope speech. It was so resonant. It was popping. Michelle Obama so eloquent as always. And it was just, like I said, it was just a really powerful moment. So shout out to Alicia Keys for bringing out all those women for such a dope moment. And then later on in the show, what else? Later on in the show, she had a little bit with John Mayer, talking about how back in 2004, I think it was back in 2004, 2005, how when her and John Mayer were both nominated for Song of the Year, obviously John Mayer won the Grammy for his song Daughters, while she lost for her song If I Ain't Got You. And they showed the footage, and they were talking about how like John Mayer actually wanted her to win, so he actually gave her the top half of his Grammy and he kept the bottom half. So I thought it was a really cool, like funny and cute story. It was really a dope moment during the show, and I love that little bit that they had, and that was right before they announced Song of the Year, so that was really funny and cool. And also lastly, Alicia Keys pretty much ended off the night, in terms of her highlights, by having a little medley of songs that are her favorite songs that she played on 2 pianos. Not 1, 2 pianos. Mama killed it. She was on that bitch like, these are my favorite songs, y'all. I wish I kind of wrote these songs, but I didn't. But it's all good. So she played mad songs that she loved. It was popping. She played Maple Leaf Rag, like that piano song. She played Killing Me Softly with his song by Roberta Flack. She played Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD. She played Unforgettable by Nat King Cole. Clocks by Coldplay. Use Somebody by Kings of Leon. I love that song. Boot Up by Ella Mai. In My Feelings by Drake. Do Up That Thing by Lauryn Hill, classic record, and her song with Jay-Z, Empire State of Mind. And it was just really dope medley. They all the songs flowed together so well, and it was just dope to see her performing. I think a lot of people forget how like cool and like how chill and how talented Alicia Keys is. So I'm really glad she got this gig to really like showcase that, and I think she did a great job. And that piano medley was just on point. I loved it. So Alicia, shout out to you for showing people how talented you are, and I think you did a great job all around. So shout out to you. Oh yeah, and get you somebody that looks at you the way Swizz Beatz looks at Alicia Keys. I'm telling you, man, get you somebody that looks at you the way Swizz looks at Alicia. Woo! Alright, so now we'll talk about all of my thoughts on all the performances of the show. So starting off, we're going to start off with Camila Cabello, J Balvin, and Ricky Martin. They open up the Grammys with a medley of like Havana, Pegata, and Mi Gente. It was really dope, tribute and dedication to like Latin culture and music right now. I like the sets, I just like the energy of it. But I will admit, I think it was somewhat of a weak opener. Even though I love Camila Cabello, I don't think she was the right person to open up the award show. I think her performance was kind of like, I'm not gonna say boring, but it was just like, it was whatever. And as much as I love Havana, I think the world has heard enough of that song. So I wish she could have performed another song off of her album, but whatever. Havana's her biggest song, so I'm not surprised. But I feel like her world's heard enough of that song. But she performed that, it was cool. Ricky Martin came out and performed Pegata, I think, and then J Balvin came out and performed Mi Gente. J Balvin's vocals and energy were not there at all. They were both gone and missing, but I still love J Balvin, so shout out to you, bro. But it is what it is, man. Next performance was Shawn Mendes and Miley Cyrus performing In My Blood. For the most part, I enjoyed this performance. I think their voices sounded great together. I think their voices complemented each other very well. Shawn Mendes started out performing. He did a good job at the piano. And then Miley Cyrus came out and joined him for the second half, and they did their thing. Pretty good performance all around. I don't have much complaints about that performance. I just think it's funny how Miley Cyrus has been allowed to, traverse genres for like the better part of this whole decade easily, and no one has blinked an eye. Miley Cyrus went from being the Disney pop, young teen chick to I want to be urban and ratchet and trapped out chick, to I want to be the alternative rocker chick. After the Bangers era, to now she's like on this like country, like adult contemporary vibe now with her music. It's just like Miley Cyrus has been allowed to just traverse genres easily and no one has blinked an eye. But let a black artist do that and it's like game over. So whatever. I have no beef with Miley Cyrus, but it's just like, damn, like Miley Cyrus has literally been allowed to like do whatever the fuck she wants and no one blinks an eye. But other artists, they switch genres and it's a whole issue. But that's another conversation for another day. Next performance was Kacey Musgraves performing Rainbow. As much as I feel like I love her and I love her energy, Kacey Musgraves to me had a very weak performance. I like the song. The song was very nicely written. It was sweet. It was a nice, hopeful, inspirational song with a great message. And I loved her simple set with the piano and the rainbow background with the lights. But I just feel like she just kept her performance like on this one level, like in terms of like, like note-wise and key-wise, she just kept it on one level, and she just kept herself in this one comfortable level of a key. And I feel like she didn't really like. In the performance that really climaxed. I was hoping it would, but it never really did. It kind of just stayed in its one place. But like I said, I like the song, I like her, so it is what it is. But I wish it could have like amped it up a little bit more. Next performance was Janelle Monáe performing a bunch of songs off of Dirty Computer. She performed Make Me Feel, Django, Jane, and Pink. Man, what I'm telling you, I freaking stan Janelle Monáe. Y'all don't understand. I stan her. You know why? Because she performs and it just makes creative music in circles around your favorite artist. Like, I don't understand why y'all continue to sleep on Janelle Monáe. Y'all continue to not give her credit as probably, in my opinion, one of the most prolific artists of our generation. She can dance, she can sing, her music is crazy, her energy is crazy, her vibe, her message is like, she's just out of this world. I stan her, and her performance was probably, to me, one of the best of the night, if not the best of the night. Her come out there performing, make me feel with his guitar on her, on her OD Prince vibe. Like, it was just amazing. She killed it. I loved her performance. Definitely was a highlight to me. Y'all gotta stop sleeping on Janelle Monáe, man. She killed it. She definitely had the performance of the night to me. Her energy was just insane. Her vocals were on point. Her dancing was on point. Her set was on point. Her dancers killed it. She knocked it out of the park. Janelle Monáe, if you ever watch this, my mom, you killed it. Keep doing you. You didn't win any Grammys, but fuck the Grammys. You'll be okay. You're still one of the best artists we have in the industry right now, hands down. God damn. She killed that shit. Oh, god damn. Next performance was Post Malone and the Red Hot Chili Peppers performing Rockstar, Stay, and Dark Necessities. Post Malone came out first and did his thing. I didn't hate his performance, but it wasn't amazing to me. He just, he did his thing. It was cool. He sounded fine. He kind of gave me some male Miley Cyrus vibes in terms of an artist who really can, traverse between any genre. One day he's pop, the next day he's alternative, the next day he's rap, like, and no one blinks an eye. But whatever. So he was cool. Red Hot Chili Peppers came out and they did a thing afterwards. It was fine. There was nothing crazy. It was nothing amazing, but nothing bad. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I also just want to say, I think it's interesting that in the same night, 21 Savage was not able to have his Grammy moment and was not able to perform on the Grammy stage because he was being locked up by ISIS at that time. He's freed now, but at that time he was locked up by ICE. So fuck ICE. But y'all had a white man performing a rap song on the Grammy stage. I just think it's funny because I remember back to literally 30 years ago, back to 1989, rappers were boycotting the Grammys because they weren't because their awards were not being televised on the actual telecast. The rap categories were not being televised. And I just think it's funny how 30 years later we went from that to having a white guy, blasting and performing rap on the main stage. I think it's interesting how things unfold as time goes on, and I think it's funny how things come around full circle. The Grammys went from not really fucking with rappers and really rap as a whole to having a white guy blasting it on their main stage. So no shade to Post Malone. I have no beef with Post Malone, but I just think it's interesting. And also, again, fuck ICE, because 21 should have had his Grammy moment, and I'm kind of mad he didn't. 21 should have been there, but he wasn't. Fuck ICE. Alright, next up was the Dolly Parton tribute. I don't know much about Dolly Parton, but I know she's a big, legend in the country community, so shout out to her. We all know who Dolly Parton is. So she came out, pretty much at first, it was Katy Perry and Casey Musgraves coming out. They performed a song. Katy Perry came with all the energy. Low-key doing a little bit too much, but whatever. And Casey Musgraves, she seemed a little bit shy at first, but she kept going. And then Miley Cyrus came out and performed Dolly Parton. And then I think Maren Morris came out and performed a song. And then Dolly Parton came out and performed a song off of her new album called Red Shoes. And then Little Big Town. And I think everybody else came out and performed 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton. And it was pretty cool. Y'all know I'm not big on country, but the performance was pretty cool. I have nothing negative about it. I just wish Katy Perry didn't come out doing too much. And I wish, yeah, that's really it. But other than that, it was a pretty cool performance. So shout out to Dolly Parton. Shout out to her. Alright, next up was one of my favorite moments of the night. Was her coming out to perform her song Hard Place. Y'all know I love her to death. I love her. I think she's the future of R&B, and I definitely think she's going to be one of the most prolific artists of our generation. I just think she's so talented. Her potential and her future is just crazy. I just love her. I think she's amazing. So she started off a little bit nervous with her Grammy debut performing her song Hard Place, but I think she picked it up, towards the middle, towards the end. But I just think she knocked out the park. I think she did an amazing job. I love that she had a guitar solo with her like translucent clear guitar. It was really a dope look. She had a guitar solo, she killed it, and then she had like a vocal back and forth between her and the audience and her backup singers, and it was just a really dope performance all around. I think it was a great showcase for R&B as a, you know, as a whole, and I just think it was a great showcase for her talent. I do think she could have I do think she could have like pushed more to like really give it to them, but I think like she still did a good job for what she did. I think definitely she did a good job, and to me, definitely one of the better performances of the night. Her is a class act, and she has a crazy future, so this is just the beginning for her. And shout out on your, you know, just shout out to her. That performance was amazing. She killed it. Next up was Miss Cardi B performing her song Money. Man, this is her second time at the Grammys after her and Bruno performed last year, and she killed it, man. When I tell you, Cardi B, mama, you killed it. I wasn't really here for the lip sync. The lip sync was kind of obvious, so I wasn't really here for that, especially being a rapper, but I don't know, whatever. Besides the lip sync, I just think her energy, her set, her choreography, it was just all working together, and it was amazing. I think she just killed it. She had a great performance, and to me, it's definitely one of the highlights of the night performance-wise. Definitely one of the highlights of the night. I think she did a great job performing Money. She killed it. And I'm telling y'all need to get someone that looks at you, even though he fucked up, y'all need to get someone that looks at you the way Offset looks at Cardi B. Yo, Offset was in the audience when she was performing, looking like, I was like, yo, Offset. Cardi was performing, Offset was here like, I was weak, but I don't blame him because Cardi B did a good job, man. I'm so proud of how far Cardi B has come, from being on the pole to loving hip hop to being one of the best performances on Grammy night. Like, she's come so far. I'm so proud of her. Cardi B, you killed it. Great performance. You killed it. Next up, we had Dan and Shay performing their song called Tequila. I don't know much about them, but I'm not sure which one is Dan and which one's Shay. But whoever was standing and singing, he killed it. The one who was a singer, he just absolutely did an amazing job. He killed it, especially with that like long sustained note he had at the end where he was just singing like, ah! He killed it. So he did a good job. I enjoyed the performance for the most part. It was very cool. Shout out to Dan and Shay. Y'all did a great job. Alright, next up was Diana Ross tribute. Diana Ross did an amazing job. Her grandson came out and introduced her, and then she came out and performed her songs, The Best Years of My Life and Reach Out and Touch Somebody's Hand. I think she did a great job. Diana Ross is always a trip, y'all know that. Every time she comes out here and performs at these award shows, she's always so extra, and she's such an Aries. She's like, happy birthday to me. And, you know, come on, don't be lazy, raise your hands. I'm like, she always wants the whole world to perform with her. And she's just so, like, she's so from the old school, but she's a whole legend out here in these streets. So shout out Diana Ross. I think she did an amazing job. Her energy was on point, and she performed very well. I think she's like 75 now, and she just did an amazing job. She really is a whole legend out here in these streets. So she really did a good job. I appreciated it. Miss Diana Ross, you did a good job. Shout out to you. Alright, next up was Lady Gaga, and she came out and performed her song Shallow with Mark Ronson and, you know, all the writers of that song. I think she did a good job. In the beginning of the performance, before the drums kicked in, it was a whole mood. You know, she was on her funky, like, weird shit, you know, her usual Lady Gaga shit. She was in the camera like you're just doing her usual Lady Gaga shit. It was pretty cool for the most part. You know, she brought some of that old Lady Gaga back, so I appreciated it. But yeah, I liked her whole energy. The whole set was cool. I liked her energy a lot, and I'm glad she gave the song some award show love because they needed it. But yeah, I think she did a great job. Next up, Oscars, man. Alright, y'all, next up was Travis Scott. He performed his songs No Bystanders and Stop Trying to Be God with James Blake and Philip Bailey. I really liked, first of all, I like James Blake. I liked his part of the performance. I liked his vibe as always. And I liked Travis Scott's set, especially when it came to the cage. But I have to admit, as much as I love Travis Scott, as much as I love Astroworld, I just feel like Travis Scott leaves a lot to be desired performance-wise, especially when it comes to like an award show that's live. I feel like live, maybe not at his own tour, like at his own concert, but at least on like an award show, I feel like he's just always like dry. I feel like he leaves a lot to be desired. But I did enjoy his set with the cage. I thought it was probably one of the most like engaging sets of the night. And I'm glad, you know, I'm glad Travis brought some, you know, some niggatry to the Grammys, because it definitely, besides Cardi, the Grammys needed some niggatry. So I'm glad Travis Scott brought it. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about Travis Scott's performance. I definitely don't think it was one of the better ones of the night. I thought it was cool. I think he could have done a little bit better, but it was cool for the most part. So let me know what y'all think below. Okay, and now on to the Motown tribute. So, like I said before, This tribute was just done all wrong. I love J.Lo. I have no issue with J.Lo at all, and I'm not surprised that an artist of her caliber took the opportunity to perform on the Grammy stage when it was presented to her, because if I were her, I probably would have done it too, even though the performance wasn't really right for her. But I don't know, I feel like this was a huge L for the Grammys. Motown has been one of the biggest facets of black music and you know, and black history, and for y'all to tribute, I always like the 50 or 60 year anniversary of Motown by having J.Lo headline the tribute, I just think was such a trash and uneducated and really flawed idea. Not because I don't like J.Lo, and not because she didn't do a good job, because she did a great job, but the basis of it was just all wrong. Even though, like Smokey Robinson said, even though Motown was for everybody, and it was, at the end of the day, Motown was a predominantly black music label that really was formed to give a platform to black artists. So I think it's a major slap in the face, not only to the label itself, but also to all the artists that were housed on that label, especially in its heyday, to have a Latina singer come out here on the Grammys and tribute all the songs that were, not all the songs, but a lot of songs that were popular off of that label. I just think it was a trash idea all around. I think it was just done wrong. J.Lo came out and she did a great job. Her dancing was on point as always. Her energy was good. Vocals were pretty good. I just think she just wasn't the right person to do that tribute. You have so many artists who are still alive and kicking, who were a part of Motown back in its heyday and as of recently. Neo was there. Shout out to Neo. He was there and he's on Motown now. He was there and he did perform for like 10 seconds, but that wasn't enough. And Smokey Robinson came out, but he was there for like 10 seconds as well, and that it was just weird to see him there, and he was like filling up on J.Lo the whole time, so it was just weird. All in all, I just think it was really trash tribute. You know, in terms of like the way it was like, you know, thought out and the way it was executed, it was just trash. But I really do appreciate it. I appreciated J.Lo's energy and I appreciated her performance, because I think she did a great job, but she should not have been doing it, and it was just all wrong all around. So that was a big L from me. I am very disappointed in the Grammys for really doing that to Motown, but I'm not surprised. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Let me know what y'all thought about the Motown tribute down below. Let me know who y'all would have loved to have seen do it besides J.Lo. There's a lot of artists that we can name, but let me know who y'all thought should have done it down below. After the Motown tribute was Brandi Carlile performing her song The Joke. I like that song. It's a really dope song with a great message, really inspirational, powerful song, and I think she, to me, was one of the highlights of the night vocally. I think her voice is amazing and she did a great job. She just killed the performance, and you could tell like she was hype, getting all the love from the audience, as she should have, because she did a great job, and she performed the song very well. So I think she was great, and she definitely was, to me, was one of the best performances of the night in terms of her vocals and the energy. It was great. So shout out Brandi Carlile. You did a great job. You killed it. Next up was Chloe and Halle performing a tribute to Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway by performing Where's the Love. As always, y'all, Chloe and Halle killed it. I know a lot of people are not a big fan of like the arrangement of the songs, but I think at least vocally, Chloe and Halle held it down as they always do. These young girls are complete legends in my eyes already, or at least they will be. I think they're two of the most talented people in the music industry right now, at least vocally. Their harmonies are insane. They always kill it. Everywhere they perform, everywhere they go, they always kill it. Chloe and Halle did an amazing job. I'm so glad they finally got to, you know, perform at the Grammys and show the world their talent, because they did an amazing job. They didn't win any, but it's okay. They have a whole future ahead of them, so they have plenty of time. I'm excited to see their future and where they go. I think they're amazing, talented women. I just think they killed as always. Chloe and Halle have done an amazing job as always. Killed it. Shout out to y'all. Next up was Dua Lipa and St. Vincent performing Mass Seduction and One Kiss. To me, definitely wasn't one of the best performances of the night, but they did a good job, and they look like twins. Like side by side, they really look like twins, but they did a good job. I liked how the songs actually melded together. I think they did a pretty good job. Kind of a boring set, kind of a, you know, but it was pretty good performance. I liked both of those songs. I liked how they set them up. I think they did a pretty good job, and I liked how they like were, you know, feeding off of each other's energy. So I think they did a pretty good job. Definitely not one of the most memorable of the night, but they did a pretty good job. Last performance of the night was the Aretha Franklin tribute that was done by Yolanda Adams, Fantasia, and Andra Day. Just like the Motown tribute, great intentions but terrible execution. Getting Yolanda Adams, Fantasia, and Angela to perform was a great idea, and they all killed it, as they always do, because they are three vocalists that like pretty much never let you down. They always kill it every time they get up on stage and sing. They always kill it, especially Fantasia and Yolanda Adams. But for Aretha Franklin to be not only a Grammy queen, but for her to be, to me, one of the most seminal artists of the 20th century, at least the latter half of the 20th century, and for her to be one of the most prolific artists in Black musical history during Black History Month, I think it's incredibly sad that the Grammys couldn't do more with that Aretha Franklin tribute. They didn't give her no type of like stage design. They didn't give her no type of like high production value. They just said, you know, Fantasia, Yolanda Adams, Andrew Day, we're gonna give y'all a mic and just go out there and perform You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, and we'll have pictures of Aretha in the back, and then that'll be it. I just think that's so crazy. Aretha Franklin had so many hit songs. The fact that they couldn't even perform R.E.S.P.E.C.T., other songs that are her hits for her. I think they should have had more artists come out besides those three artists that they had. They should have had way more production value behind the tribute. I just think it was really sad. I just think it's really sad. Aretha Franklin has been one of the most important artists of her time, and she still continues to be one of the most important artists that has influenced the generations after her. And for y'all to have just done that tribute the year after she passed away, I think was so trash and so lazy of a decision to just have just three singers come on and perform and that's it. They didn't even have like a segment talking about Aretha Franklin's life. They like, all they did was have her in the in memoriam and then have those ladies perform You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. It's like, I just think it was all around lazy and just like disrespectful to her profound legacy. So Grammys, y'all could have done better with that. Shame on y'all for doing that. Aretha Franklin deserved more, and that's that. Okay, now I'm gonna just breeze through some quick highlights of the show for me besides the performances. So first up was the Best Pop Duo Group Performance Grammy, and that went to Shallow. And I just wanted to say, I just think it's interesting that Bradley Cooper and also Hugh Jackman, because Hugh Jackman won a Grammy for the Greatest Showman soundtrack. Bradley Cooper and Hugh Jackman now have a Grammy before they've had an Oscar. So I just think it's hilarious. Who would have thought that those two guys would have had Grammys before they have Oscars? But here we are. Okay, I also want to talk about Song of the Year and Record of the Year. Song of the Year and Record of the Year went to This Is America by Childish Gambino. I was very shocked by the Song of the Year win. Not so much Record of the Year, but I was very shocked by the Song of the Year win, which happened first. And when Alicia Keys and John Mayer announced that he won Song of the Year, I was very shocked. One, because it's probably, to me, one of the worst, not worst, but it's one of the least like well-constructed actual songs in that category. But it was also a bittersweet moment because I was very happy to finally see a rap song win Song of the Year. It was the first time it's ever been done in history, as well as Record of the Year. But I also feel like it was a really weird song to have won Record Song of the Year as a rap song, because I feel like This America is not a typical rap song. And I just think it was like, I'm happy that a black man and that a rap song won finally in these general categories, but it also just felt weird because, one, Childish wasn't there, and even if he was there to have accepted the award, it's just, I think it's kind of a corny move on the Grammy Academy part for them to finally awarded Record Song of the Year to a song that is like kind of pandering to like white audiences and white people. Like, This Is America is a song I feel like you look at and you'd be like, okay, like white people, that's the song that they point to and say, okay, if you want to like make black people feel better, we're gonna award that song. And it's, you know, it's instead of like a regular like actual like ratchet like gutter rap song, you know what I'm saying? Like, for This Is America to have won Record Song of the Year, more so Song of the Year, I just think that was like a corny move on a lot of people's part who were like, okay, let's give it to This Is America so we can finally, you know, give black people a win. But This Is America, I feel like it was a really weird song to have made that achievement on. You know, that's me personally. But at least for Record of the Year, I'm probably glad. And I said a rap song will win Record of the Year. If it wasn't gonna be Childish, it was either gonna be Drake's God's Plan or maybe even Cardi B's I Like It. But like I thought it would be, I definitely thought it was gonna be Childish Gambino's This Is America. So I'm glad he won Record of the Year. And when he won Song of the Year, I knew he was going to take Record of the Year too, because if he won Song of the Year, I was like, he's definitely going to take Record of the Year, because I definitely thought Song of the Year was going to go to Shallow, but it didn't. So yeah, man, that's pretty much what I have to say about that. Lastly, I just think it's kind of weird that on the 2 occasions in recent memory when black artists have won Song of the Year, Childish this past year and Beyonce back in 2010 for Single Ladies, they were not there to accept their awards. I just think it's really funny that like when black artists are finally recognized in a general category, in the rare occasion that they are, especially in Song of the Year, they're not there for some reason to accept the award. And mind you, Beyonce was at the 2020 Grammys because she performed, but for some reason she wasn't able to be on stage when she won Song of the Year. And I think The Dream accepted the award. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just weird. Bittersweet win. I'm happy for Childish. I'm happy for rap as a whole that we finally got a win in the general categories. But it was a weird song to have made that achievement, and it felt weird for Childish Gambino not being there. I know he was protesting by not showing up, but I actually think, which goes into my next point, I actually think I like how Drake did it, where he was there and he dissed the Grammys while being there. So which is what I think Childish should have done. So moving on to Drake, when Drake won Best Rap Song for God's Plan, I didn't even think he was there, but he got up there, he got up there, and he was like, listen, man, to all the artists who are coming up, who look at this as validation, the Grammys are cool, but at the end of the day, you can't expect for a committee of people who don't really know you to understand your music and to understand your vision and what you're trying to do. As long as you have people supporting you, as long as you have people coming up to your shows, as long as you have people who are just fucking with your shit, you've already won. And I love that speech, and I love that sentiment, because it's so true. At the end of the day, the Grammys are always going to be there, they're always going to exist, and they're always going to be, I think, relevant somewhat, not in terms of setting a benchmark for what's good, but more so in terms of setting a precedent for how music before, like what was around every year. I think, like I said, music history. I think the Grammys are important for music history, for us to remember what was the biggest music around every year. But besides that, the Grammys are not, they should never be looked at as a way to validate, good music versus not good music. So I love how Drake got up there and said, listen, the Grammys, shout out to y'all, but like, this doesn't mean anything. And like, to all the artists who are hustling and looking for this as validation, fuck that. Keep doing your thing, and as long as you got people who are supporting you, you've already won. And I love that. So I just wish that all artists who don't fuck with the Grammys would do that. Show up. Don't walk, if you don't want to support the Grammys, don't walk the red carpet. But if you win, go up and diss the Grammys. I think that's a more effective way to protest than to just not show up, because you can easily just not, you can not walk the red carpet, and people don't have to know you're there. People will probably only know you're there if the camera's flashing in the audience. But if you like go in the, whatever. But I'm saying, like, I feel like that's a more effective way. I think Drake made more of an impact with his speech than Childish did by not showing up. So I just think that's how it should have happened. But it is what it is. So let me know what y'all think about all that down below, alright? Also, I just want to talk about Ariana Grande too. Speaking of artists not showing up, when her 7 Rings commercial played, I just remember I sat down, I was like, damn, I really wish Ariana Grande could have been here. Not only because I feel like she's had one of the biggest years out of all the artists at the Grammys this year, but also because she finally won a Grammy and she wasn't even there in protest. I don't know what the fuck happened between her and Ken Elric, the producer of the Grammys. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what beef they had so that she decided not to perform, but I wish they had put it all to the side, because I really feel like I would have loved to have seen Ariana Grande at the Grammys and performing the first year she won. So I really wish that would happen. So I was kind of sad about that. But Ariana Grande, I stand with you. Whatever your reasoning was, I stand with you as a fan. Do your thing. But I hope you'll be back, whenever you're nominated in the future years. And lastly, to talk about R&B album and Best Rap Album. First up, I just want to talk about her winning Best R&B Album. It was a highlight for me of the show. I love seeing that. And I love how her got there. It was like, listen, this is not even an album. It was an EP. It was an album. You put 3 EPs together and made it an album. So it was an album. But I just love seeing that win by her. Her was such a humble and dope artist. I just loved her in that moment where she had on this highlighter dress looking popping, and she won a whole Grammy in front of everybody. I love seeing that. It was a great moment for R&B, and it was also just a great moment for her career. And I just love seeing that. But I was like, talk your shit. Like, she's such a humble artist, man. She got cut off like every other artist did in the show, but I still love that she had that moment. So shout out to her. And lastly, I want to talk about Miss Cardi B. At one point in the show, Miss Cardi B got up on stage and Chloe and Halle presented the award for Best Rap Album to her. And I was very happy for Cardi B. I'm very happy for Cardi B. At the end of the day, a lot of people have issues with her winning Best Rap Album, and a lot of people have an issue with the fact that she now has a Grammy. I think I'll start off by first saying that Cardi B having a Grammy has nothing to do with Nicki Minaj not having a Grammy, so we need to let that narrative go. Nicki Minaj, hopefully at one point she'll have her time to finally win one, but this moment right now is about Cardi B, and I'm very happy for Cardi B. If you're not happy for Cardi B, I think you need to reassess your priorities and just reassess the way you think about things, because at the end of the day, even if you don't think Cardi B had the actual best rap album, which I could definitely understand and I feel you on, that's cool, I get it. At the end of the day, if I'm looking at the year that all those artists had, Mac Miller, Cardi B, Travis Scott, Nipsey Hussle, Pusha T, if I think about their year and who deserved it, I think you can make a great case for Cardi to have deserved her Grammy. She's been grinding crazy since she really blew up. Like, she's been grinding hard, song after song, video after video, performance after performance. Like, Cardi B has been grinding and doing her thing and literally just doing nothing but evolving and getting better with time. And she's a complete star, so I think this is her time and she deserved it. I really think she deserved it. Personally, I think the best rap album in that category is probably Pusha T's, but I knew he wasn't winning it because he didn't have enough eyes and ears on his album, so I knew it wasn't happening. At the end of the day, we all know the Grammys are political, and it's all about who has the most clout at that time, and that's usually how it goes. But at the end of the day, I'm happy as hell for Cardi B, because, like, come on, how can you not be happy for Cardi B, man? Like, how can she's such a cool person that minds her business, does her thing, and it's just grinding and hustling. Like, she deserves it. So I'm very happy for her. I think she deserves Best Rap Album, not so much critically, but I think she just deserves a Grammy. Like, I think she deserves it. But let me know what y'all think below about Cardi B winning a Grammy. I really have no problem with it. If you have an issue with it, let me know why down below. If you don't think Invasion of Privacy was that good of a rap album, I understand. But at the end of the day, I think it will still, and it still be probably one of the most memorable albums of this time period. I definitely think it will be. So I'm not mad it won the Grammy at the end of the day. I'm definitely not mad. But let me know what y'all think about it down below. Alright, y'all, now I'm going to talk about the actual awards that went out real quick. Record of the Year, as y'all know, and Song of the Year went to Childish Gambino for This Is America. I'm very happy with those wins. Although I expected Shallow to take Song of the Year, so I'm very surprised by that. Album of the Year went to Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves. I was definitely, I thought this would definitely happen, so I'm not surprised at all. I was hoping for Janelle Monáe's Dirty Computer to take it, because I think that's the best album in this category that I've heard. I haven't heard Golden Hour, but I've heard great reviews about it, so I'm happy she won. And also Casey Musgraves, she fits the bill for that country, you know, slash like alternative artist that kind of gets a dark horse vote that always like pulls through every year. So she was definitely gonna win it. And I'm happy for her, because I know I've heard good things about the album, and I know she's a sweetheart, so I'm glad she won it. But I was hoping Janelle would take it. Best New Artist went to Dua Lipa. I feel like Best New Artist should have been her. But at the end of the day, Dua Lipa was my second choice, so I'm happy for Dua Lipa. I love her music, so I'm happy for her. But in a perfect world, I would have had her taking this Grammy. But Dua Lipa, shout out to you. I'm very happy for you, because I love your music. I think you're amazing. Dua Lipa is definitely going to be one of the, I think, the most, she's definitely going to be one of the most prolific, like, pop, EDM, you know, girls of this upcoming generation. She definitely will be. She's amazing, so I'm happy for her. Now for the pop categories, Best Pop Solo Performance went to Joanne by Lady Gaga. Where do you think you're going? I'm very shocked by this win, but I think this is just a part of a Lady Gaga sweep I think that was happening this year. This category for me should have went to Ariana Grande for God's Woman, and I thought it would go to Ariana Grande, but it didn't. If not, I thought it would go to Camila Cabello for Havana, but I didn't want that to happen because Camila Cabello is too new to, I think, win a Grammy just yet. But yeah, man, Joanne, what do you think you're going 1? I'm not surprised, because this vocal is it's a very great vocal, but also it's probably the most, like, it's probably like the least known song in this category, so it's kind of a weird win for me, but whatever. Best Pop Duo, as y'all know, went to Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper, you're not a Grammy winner, so shout out to you. now let's get your Oscar. Best Pop Vocal Album went to Ariana Grande, my baby, I'm happy you finally won your Grammy that you've been deserved. So shout out to you. For those of y'all that don't like Sweetener, let me know why down below. I like that album. I think it's actually a great album, so I'm glad it won. Thank You Next is a great album too. If you haven't checked out my review on her album, go check it out. I just put it out a few weeks ago. But I liked Sweetener, so I'm glad it won. I'm very happy for Ari. Her first Grammy, finally. All right. Best dance recording went to Electricity by Silk City and Dua Lipa. I love that song. It's a part of my Bright Side Mix Volume 8, so go check out that video if you haven't already. I love that song, so I'm glad it won. It's a great record. Now moving on to the R&B categories. Best R&B performance went to Best Part by h.e.r. and Daniel Caesar. Yes, I'm so glad this song won. It's the best song in this category. I was worried that it would go to the Carters Summer because they're the biggest, names in this category, but I'm glad it went to h.e.r. and Daniel Caesar for Best Part, which is to me one of the most well-written and just one of the best R&B songs that was produced in this generation. I just think it's one of the best R&B songs of this time period. I think it's gonna be a classic, timeless classic record for years to come. So I'm glad it won a Grammy. Shout out to her. Shout out to Daniel Caesar. Happy for y'all, man. Best traditional R&B performance went to Leon Bridges and PJ Morton and Yebba. It was a tie. There were a lot of ties this year too, which was great. There was 3 ties this year for Grammys. This was the first tie. Leon Bridges for Betting with the Hand and PJ Morton and Yebba for How Deep Is Your Love. I'm so happy for PJ Morton and Yebba because now they're finally Grammy winners, especially Yebba. If y'all know who Yebba is, go check into her. She's amazing. She is to me the better version of Adele, low-key. But yeah, man, I'm happy for Leon Bridges too. Also, his first Grammy win, so I'm happy for him. Great wins all around. The R&B categories were on point this year. Best R&B song went to Boot Up by Ella Mai. Shout out Ella Mai, I'm happy you won. I would have loved to see Toni Braxton take this category for As Long As I Live because I feel like that's a great R&B song. It's probably one of the best songs in this category. But I knew Boot Up was taking it. It's the biggest song in this category, and it's probably going to be one of the most resonant songs for years to come out of this whole lineup. So I knew Ella Mai was going to take it. So shout out Ella Mai. You're now a Grammy winner. Shout out to you, Ella Mai. I'm happy for you. Best Urban Contemporary Album went to The Carters for Everything Is Love. I knew this would happen, and I'm glad it did because I love that album. It's probably my personal favorite album in this category, and definitely one of my personal favorite albums of 2018. So I'm glad it won. If it didn't win, I was pulling for Chloe and Halle or Miguel, but I'm glad the Carters won. They have enough Grammys, but that album is amazing, so I'm glad they won it. And lastly, in the R&B categories, Best R&B Album went to h.e.r. for h.e.r. As y'all know. And like I said, I'm happy for that win. It's the best album in this category, and I just think h.e.r. is amazing, so I'm glad she won a Grammy for Best R&B Album, as she should have. Great win. Great win. In the rap categories, for Best Rap Performance, this was also another tie. King's Dead won by Kendrick Lamar, J-Rock, Future, and James Blake. And also Bublin won by Anderson .Paak. So this is cool to see. I definitely thought Nice For What by Drake was taking it, so I'm surprised. I definitely thought this was going to go to Nice For What or Sicko Mode, but it ends up going to King's Dead and Bublin. So shout out to all the winners, besides Future. The reason why this win was interesting because I'm happy that J-Rock finally has a Grammy now. J-Rock finally has a Grammy. He been deserved one. He's a great rapper. He's a great dude. So I'm happy for J-Rock. Shout out to you, bro. But unfortunately, Future now has a Grammy. So, and not only that, not just that he has a Grammy, but he has a Grammy for saying, pass me some shit. Future has a Grammy for doing that shit on the record. That's why I say fuck the Grammys. But then again, J-Rock now has a Grammy, and James Blake too, so I'm happy for them because they deserve Grammys. So cool. And Anderson .Paak finally has won a Grammy. So shout out to Anderson .Paak. Best Rap Song Performance went to This Is America by Childish Gambino. I knew it was winning it. If it was gonna win Record Song of the Year, it was gonna win this category as well. I was hoping for All the Stars to win this category just so SZA could finally have a Grammy, but it didn't shake out that way. I'm happy for Childish, but Kendrick now has another Grammy, while SZA is still Grammy-less. So bittersweet wins in this category. Bittersweet. Best Rap Song went to God's Plan by Drake. As y'all know, I definitely was taking this. I definitely was taking this category because this is probably the best actual written rap song in this category compared to every other song besides Win. So I'm glad it won it. It definitely should have been the winner in my opinion. And lastly, for rap, best rap album went to Cardi B for Invasion of Privacy, as y'all know. I'm glad it won. I definitely think Pusha deserved it, as well as Travis. Nipsey made a great album too, and Mac Miller definitely was not going to be nominated if he hadn't passed away, but I'm glad he got the nomination. I think if he won, it would have been well deserved and it would have been a wonderful win, but also would have been corny because we all know he wouldn't have been nominated if he didn't pass away. So I'm kind of glad he didn't win, almost, in a way. But like I said, I know a lot of y'all have a problem with Cardi B winning, but I have no problem with it. I think it's a great win. I think she deserves it, and I think Invasion of Privacy will be a very influential album for a lot of female rappers, or just a lot of rappers in general for a long time. So that's my opinion. So I'm glad it won. But let me know what y'all think about it down below. And real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Tori Kelly. Tori Kelly, I love you, and I'm so glad you won your first 2 Grammys. Even though you started out as a pop artist, she's now doing gospel, as she should, because I already know she loves gospel music and she's a great gospel singer. She won 2 Grammys for her album Hiding Place, Best Gospel Album, and for the song Never Alone with Kirk Franklin, which won Best Gospel Performance / Song. So Tori Kelly, happy for you, shout out to you, congrats on your wins. Also, quick shout out to Sting and Shaggy, who won Best Reggae Album for their album 44/876. That's a great album. I listened to it. That's a great album. And I'm happy for Shaggy, who finally has a 2nd Grammy now after all these years. So shout out to Shaggy. Shout out to you, man. Congrats on your win. Also shout out to Dave Chappelle, who won Best Comedy Album for his album Equanimity and The Bird Revelation. I've not heard it, but shout out to Dave Chappelle. He now has another Grammy for Best Comedy Album. So shout out to Dave Chappelle. I also want to shout out Ludwig Göransson, who was the producer of a lot of y'all favorite songs, Redbone, This Is America. He worked with Childish Gambino a lot. He won 2 Grammys for Record and Song of the Year for This Is America. And also, he also won Best Score Soundtrack for Visual Media for the Black Panther soundtrack. Also, I'm happy for him. The Black Panther soundtrack is amazing, so I'm glad he won. The music he came up with for that movie is just amazing. It's brilliant, so I'm glad he got recognition. He won 3 Grammys tonight, so shout out to him. Producer of the Year went to Pharrell. I was hoping this was gonna go to Kanye West. I know a lot of y'all not fuck with Kanye, that's fine. But Kanye West produced nothing but fire last year, so he should have won it. But I know Pharrell won because he actually produced albums that actually won Grammys, aka Sweetener and Everything Is Love. So because of that, that's probably what took him over the edge to win Producer of the Year. But if we're talking about just quality, I really feel like Kanye should have won it for all the albums that he produced last year. But it is what it is. Shout out to Pharrell for his 3rd win in this category, so shout out to Pharrell. You keep killing it, bro. Best music film actually went to Quincy by Quincy Jones and his daughter Rashida Jones, because she helped produce it. I was happy with Quincy Jones. Quincy was a great documentary about Quincy Jones' life, so I'm glad it won Best Music Film. It's a great movie. Definitely glad it won. Great win. And the last category I want to talk about is Best Music Video, and that went to This Is America by Childish Gambino. This is the category that I knew was pretty much a lock from the beginning of award season. I knew he was going to win this category, and I'm glad he did, because This Is America is an amazing music video and will be one of the most influential, or just probably one of the most talked about and resonant music videos of our time. So I'm glad it won. It deserved it, hands down. So shout out to Childish Gambino for that one as well. Okay, there's some last random final thoughts for the Grammys this year. I was really annoyed that everyone kept getting cut off. I really feel like the Grammys needs to figure that out. I don't know if that's like, you know, changing the amount of commercials that are aired or what, but having all these artists work so hard for the Grammys just to have them cut off in the middle of their speeches is trash to me, so y'all need to get that together. People who still don't have Grammys after this year: SZA, unfortunately, Travis Scott, I'm sorry, man, and also Janelle Monáe. I was really bummed that Janelle didn't pull anything this year, but I knew she wasn't gonna win Album of the Year when she wasn't nominated for any of her R&B categories. So I knew when she wasn't nominated for her genre categories in R&B, I knew she wasn't winning Album of the Year. But I was hoping she would in a really crazy world, but she didn't. But Janelle Monáe, keep on pushing, keep on making great music, and hopefully one day you'll pick up your Grammy. But then again, there are mad legends who don't have Grammys that I feel like we need to remind ourselves of. Snoop Dogg, Nas, Tupac, Biggie, Katy Perry. They're mad prolific artists who don't have Grammys. So at the end of the day, Bob Marley. So at the end of the day, whatever. But still, you know, while artists are still alive, I feel like we need to do a better job of giving them the flowers while they're still here. So Janelle Monáe been deserved a Grammy, but it didn't happen this year. Travis Scott, you still have time, so don't worry about it. SZA, you still have time too, but I really feel like SZA should have a Grammy by now, but whatever. She still has time, so it's cool. In terms of sweeps, Casey Musgraves pretty much sweeped all her nominations. She won everything she was nominated for. She won 4 awards: Album of the Year, Best Country Album, and Best Country Performance, and Best Country Song. So shout out to her. Brandi Carlile, she swept all her Americana categories. So shout out to her. She won 3 Grammys. Lady Gaga had somewhat of a clean sweep. She won 3 Grammys as well. She just didn't win, I think one. She didn't win Record or Song of the Year, but she won every other Grammy that she was nominated for. So she won 3 of her 5. Childish also won 4 Grammys. It wasn't a sweep because he didn't win Best R&B Song, but he won everything else he was nominated for: Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Rap Song Performance, and Best Music Video. So he won all that shit. So shout out Childish. He won 4 Grammys. So pretty much him and Casey Musgraves were the 2 biggest winners of the night. They won 4 Grammys each, but he wasn't there. And what else do I want to say? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And lastly, another reminder: Drake's speech, amazing. All new emerging upcoming artists, take heed to that speech. He ain't speaking nothing but facts. He's speaking nothing but facts. So thank you, Drake. Alright, y'all, so that was my review and recap of the 2019 Grammy Awards. Let me know what you thought about the Grammys this year down below. Let me know what all your thoughts were on all the performances of the night. Let me know what you thought about Alicia Keys hosting. Let me know what you thought about, Drake's speech. Let me know what you thought about Cardi B's performance and her win. Let me know what you thought about, Childish Gambino winning Record and Song of the Year for This Is America. Let me know what you thought about the Motown tribute and the Aretha Franklin tribute. Let me know what you thought about all the stuff that happened at the Grammys this year down below, and I'll talk to all the comments, okay? If you haven't already, hit this video with a like. If you watched this whole video and you enjoyed it, hit that like button right now. Share this video and subscribe to my channel, okay? I appreciate y'all. And like I always say, guys, live your best life. Drink more water. Stay woke. And if you're mad or sad, go listen to your favorite song to make you feel better, okay? Go listen to your favorite song. But this has been your boy Bright, the R&B Kid. Thank you for watching. But for now, I'm signing off, baby. Bye, y'all.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just have fun.